Welcome back, guys. If you are new here, my name is Max, and this is my 1983 Bigfoot 9.5 seat truck camper to live out of. I'm traveling out of it and enjoying it. In previous episodes, we were working on the bathroom and I was getting the back jack prepared. That has been fantastic. You'll also see in the previous episode that we got the belly band 100% done. We got the max air fan going on, the me fan. It's great. The bathroom vent is done. The whole roof is 100% done, except for when the weather gets better and we have to install solar. I am also going to be installing a ladder eventually. So we got a lot of additives going on in this camper, so I'm pretty excited for it. In typical me fashion, I've been working in the background, and to get you up to speed, we replaced the plumbing vents. I'm so excited about that. They were just two giant holes in the ceiling. They looked disgusting and they were pretty bad. They had a bunch of Dicor, I presume, lap sealant, as well as just nasty like roofing tar butyl tape. It was a mess. So those look fantastic. They're brand new. I think the previous people put like 9 screws in the ceiling, which is really unfortunate. I have just gone over that with butyl tape so far, as well as I'm going to be putting in the 3M caulk. So we've got a lot more caulking to do, but I found another big problem. That was this propane box. So we have removed the propane box. It had a pretty big gap, and it's been what's called, I guess, oil canning. I've never heard of that term, but ChatGPT's been kind of keeping me up to speed, but it's been quote unquote oil canning, and the side of my camper is kind of warped. We're gonna have to reinstall it, but the propane box is sort of disintegrating. So we're going to have to fix that. ChatGPT was saying I can use fiberglass and vinyl ester resin. I think it's made out of ABS plastic, and I was thinking, oh, maybe I can 3D print one, but I think it's gonna take too long, guys. So we're gonna be fixing that today. I removed the jack and it's completely rusted. I got new stainless steel hardware. The previous place that I had stored this camper at, I had to move it. The managers and the owner of that property are pretty bogus, and I had to leave like immediately. In that fashion of having to leave and run away immediately, I have basically dented the bracket for the jack. So we're gonna have to hammer this back straight. I wanna sand it, prep it, and paint it. And I don't even know if this is, I think this might be bent as well. This is a swing out in case you have like a dually, but it just helps loading in general. And yeah, I also have to, the jack is underneath here. I'm gonna have to completely smash that and get that straightened as well. But yeah, replacing the wood is gonna be a big deal. I've got clamps, hopefully that can go down, but I think we should hammer it and then just screw it in. So we're gonna remove the wood. Fun times, guys. Chipped away enough of the wood. Now it's just small surface stuff that just needs to be kind of ground off. So we're gonna use the angle grinder for that. Okay, so this is 3/4 of an inch solid white oak, the same size that they had from the factory, so this will do. All right, the factory used like 1 inch ply or something similar, and it's like a whole solid ply. We're gonna use 3/4 of an inch solid wood, and this is oak. I keep mentioning in all of my videos why I'm using oak and why I absolutely love it. And I think it's a fantastic overkill, amazing idea to use. It's naturally rot resistant, holds screws very well. It is very dense. It's a little heavy in comparison, or much heavier in comparison to just the 1 inch plywood that they used and they used to like glue together. I'm not too concerned about the weight. Truck can definitely handle it. Yeah, and we should have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We should have 10, I think. All right, folks, it is late and I got this whole back jack section prepped, pretty much ready to go for tomorrow. Got all the bolts mocked up. The wood is ready to go, looking good, smelling good, and it is drilled out and ready. So I got it all cleaned, vacuumed out. It's nice, and I'm hungry. I'm tired. I need to prepare this ABS box. I don't think they make them anymore. So ChatGPT has been telling me, and I consult that and the internet for a lot of stuff. So like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm just kind of learning with you guys. And it says that I can use just regular vinyl ester resin and good old fiberglass to kind of make a flange that sort of mounts to the side of the camper wall that it like sits into, if that makes sense. I don't know if I need to add gel coat to it, because if you just leave raw fiberglass hanging out, it can wick moisture and get mildew, which is pretty crazy. So we're gonna have to do that tomorrow, and I'm gonna wind down, pretty tired, and we will see you tomorrow. Whoa. Yo, what's up guys? It is another day. We are still working on this like bracket thing here. I have a plan. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking some of these beautiful 2x4s that I got and screw it to this, the bracket, and I'm gonna take a couple spanner wrenches and see if I can kind of bend it this way. It's pretty bent. You'll probably see it better if I do this. Yeah, holy smokes guys. Yeah, that took quite a digger, unfortunately. That's just my current plan. Like I said, I don't have a vise. I don't really have access to a vise. This is just my idea of trying to make something work where I can kind of screw something together and give me leverage. All right, well, I've got the spare hardware that I acquired from demoing my camper. You guys have seen that. What I'm planning on doing is taking this piece and mounting it to these 3 pieces of 2x4 and having them go this way, because I need more leverage to pull it this way. And this is the best way that I can think of right now. I am just trying to grab any and all panhead square drive bits that have kind of gotten here so I can mount it up nice and tight like. Flying. All right guys, hopefully this works. I don't know if it will or not, but this is pretty bent. Oh my Lord. Oh, it might work. It's moving a little bit. Oh man, that's looking pretty good. It's looking better. Still twisted. Sweet. I think I finally got it to a acceptable semi-straight, still yet a little wavy, but I think that'll do. That is super successful. Frickin' heck yeah. All right guys, well, if you have like a T bracket for your camper or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Just screw it to a few pieces of board. This was what I got from Montana. Fantastic. While that is waiting to dry and get installed, I need to get a move on with a couple of things just to keep my morale up. I need to install 2 things that I'm really excited about, really 3. One of them is right here. I'm going to be installing a water fill dish. So it's going to have water fill for city fill, where you can just put a hose in there, or you can twist it on and it'll kind of filter it out a little bit. They had one, but it's like over here where you can fill it with the hose. And then there was like a separate one where you can just dump the hose in, which is, I don't know, kind of weird. So it's nice. I'm going to tie it all together. And then I'm going to install my outdoor shower here. I was thinking about putting the shore power inlet right here where you can just kind of plug it in to the camper and charge at a campground, and also having another outlet, GFCI outdoor rated kind of outlet right there where you can basically just charge something from the camper or use power. If I have my inverter on or whatever like that, we can use 120 volt and just plug into the camper. I think that would be super great. The problem that I was thinking is that it's going to be directly underneath the sink. If I have any sort of leaks, that's going to be a problem. And I don't want to have any water leaks on top of electrical. So I will be having probably another shore power or electrical outlet on the other side. This is going to be super overkill. You guys can probably comment in the comment section below what you think, but I was thinking about having shore power inlet on both sides of the camper, as well as a GFCI outlet on both sides of the camper, so you can charge it or take power from the camper on both sides. But I'm going to have the electrical box in the dinette on the passenger side, so keeping most of the electrical on the passenger side just makes most sense to me. I have already prepped this hole. Behind it, it looks great. We're going to be adding a very thin wood bracket to the back of this, white oak, like I have been using this whole time. I'm going to use my multi-tool that my friend had lent me, and I've mentioned in another video. Thanks, bro. We're going to kind of cut this. Some people would use a jigsaw. After cutting the roof in the hole, or the hole in the roof rather, with this, I'm pretty dang straight. So I'm pretty happy about this. We're going to cut this hole. It is measured about 4 3/4 and then 5 7/8 one way. This is what I'm deciding to go with. It is a Volterra sort of filling dish. So it opens up. You can just plug a hole or whole hose right into here, fill up your tanks, I think in bulk. And then you can also, you can remove this, and then it has like a little gasket right there with a screen so that you can filter out any particulate and stuff like that from a hose, which is great. Or hook up a water regulator right here. And then there's a vent with like a little screen. So this is really fantastic. It also lets you kind of fill with the hose come rain or shine. So that's really freaking awesome. So that's what I'm going to be installing. And here goes nothing. That looks pretty good. I think I undercut it too, just in case I need to sand it out or if there needs to be more room. And look at that, it's like perfect. Ooh, that's like a nice tight fit. Sometimes you need the little wins, you know, to kind of keep you going. Man, it's like so, it's so on there, I can't even get it off. All right, I'm gonna mark my holes all around here, and then I'm gonna pre-drill them, and we're gonna be adding a very thin strip, like a 1/2 inch by I think 3/4 inch wide, really thin little strips all along the outside here, so the screws have something really nice to bite into. We're gonna add butyl tape and then caulk this whole thing. But I'm also gonna be doing that to the outdoor shower that I'm installing here. Sorry for all the Hells Angels bikers, but so I'm gonna be adding the outdoor shower here. We're gonna do the wood bracket. It makes the most sense to have all of the water stuff right here. My water tank is literally going to be right down in there, so yeah. Holy cannoli, folks. Holy smoke. All right, I am finally done with all of these, but oh my God, this was pretty tricky, guys. We got the shower installed here. I got my water fill dish right here. This is looking great, so very stoked for that. And we got the jacking point installed. We got new wood. These are a lot of the things that I wanted to do before we put the propane box in. Now we need to lay up some fiberglass for the propane and work on other things on the camper. Guys, we finished installing the whole shower assembly. It comes with like 2 gaskets, and then there's like, it gets kind of crazy with this hose. I'm not sure if the hose is supposed to be double gasketed, but whatever, we're gonna roll with it. And I mean, it's probably cheap Chinesium at this point, but you know, it's something that we can start with, and we can always modify or change something in here. This is like, this housing was most important to me, where we don't have like tons of holes and we have to shove this in there. Really pretty cool. I mean, I don't know how long this extends to. I forget, on the box there's no instructions, but take a shower outside, guys, in nature. And we can kind of store it up like this. You can also kind of just have it here and let it, I don't know, pour onto your crotch. I don't know, but that's where I've got it right now. Doesn't make sense to mount it any higher, you know? And then you just shut it when you're done. And this should be watertight now, guys. Okay, guys, that is unfortunately going to be the end of today's video. It's getting a little dark out. All I'm going to be doing tonight after this is preparing the propane box. I'm just gonna tape around the edge here, and then like just on the back side, and then lay some CSM all the way around. You can see some of the edges here kind of just completely crumbling apart, so that ain't gonna do. I still have yet to clean this whole area for the propane box to kind of sit in, and then I need to prepare some wood that's gonna sit behind here so that we can kind of get rid of this, I don't know if you're gonna see it, this warpage. So once I get a piece of wood laid up right flush here, it's gonna sit nice and tight. We got this in, I got my jack in, I got this in. I put it on a vise where I'm at. My friend showed up, and then I was able to use their workshop so that I can get the pieces of steel on there and squeeze it and get it straight. So that's good. We got the shower in and the water outlet or water dish. Looking really good, guys. I'm getting really excited. Once the propane box is in and the bed pan, which is what I'm going to be working on right now, just cutting up some wood and preparing for the next day underneath there. Once those are ready to go and everything is prepped, man, it's going to be great. We're going to be buttoning the outside very, very solid. At that point, then there's nothing left than just the windows and caulking. So if you guys appreciated this video, or you liked it, you thought it was interesting, or at least kind of funny, I like making these videos for you guys. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, so I would appreciate you guys just kind of sticking along. I see you in the comments. I appreciate all of the support. And yeah, I got a lot of video ideas. Some of you guys are kind of spitting some video ideas out at me and stuff like that, so I'll have to kind of keep creating those or just add them into my videos in the future. So I like interacting with you guys, and yeah, we're gonna see you guys in the next one.